Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we got some breaking news going on right now as a cruise ship has caused a flood on the bridge and lost power and navigation to the whole ship during a storm. Also, we have a really great story about a entertainer on board a cruise ship coming to the rescue of a person who is having heart problems. First, we have that cruise ship that was sailing away about 200 kilometers off of Denmark's west coast and about 330 kilometers off Britain's east coast when strong winds in a storm blasted the bridge and actually had water enter the bridge, which caused shorts. The whole bridge shorted out, and basically the ship lost complete power and navigation. Now, from the engine room is another compartment on cruise ships where they can run everything from the engine room in a different area from the bridge. There's a redundancy system built in on all cruise ships. However, they can keep the engine going and everything. They just have no radar and they have no navigation system going on right now on that ship. Coast Guard and boats are on their way to rescue. On board is about 280 some passengers and 112 crew members. All reports are right now that they are safe and they're in no current danger going on. The engines are running, so the ship is going and moving. It's not going to run into anything. It's in the middle of the ocean. The only worst case scenario is the other ships in the area who are all aware of what's going on in the system. They've all been radioed and electronically sent coordinations, and the SOS is there and they're monitoring the system. So this is an ongoing story as of me making this video right now. The ship is called the MS Mode or Mod. It's a Norwegian-owned cruise ship, part of the Hurtigruten ships. It's a smaller cruise ship that's made to go into those very small exotic destinations, like right close to the shore, because it has a very low draft, and that way you can get right up and into the destination you're going to, unlike the big mega ships that have to rely on deep water ports. But the good news is, so far, everybody's safe. It looks like they're under control. The rescue vessels are on their way, and hopefully they can maybe get this ship up and running. The plan is to get some tugs there and the rescue boats and tow them into port, where we'll update the situation going forward from there. Next, we have a pretty interesting story there. I've been in this situation before, as I've mentioned maybe a few times that in my past job working for Frito-Lay here in Ottawa, PepsiCo, I was one of the first responders assigned in the warehouse. I was the person who was chosen every year to go for CPR training and emergency training and stuff like that. So I've handled a few, shall we say, some pretty big incidences that happened with forklift operations going wrong and tractor trailer mishaps and people, doing some stuff. So as somebody who's in that situation, I really love it when I hear stories of other people who come to people's rescue without even thinking about it. And this happened on the Anthem of the Seas, where a comedian and juggler, Pete Matthews, got finished one of his performances, and he had brought a drink to his wife. He was changing in the stateroom, getting ready for his next show, and he heard a commotion outside his stateroom. When he opened the door, he saw people out there who were panicking, and an elderly gentleman, about 58 years old, elderly, he's younger than I am, propped up against the wall, and he says his instincts immediately kicked in. And he noticed that the person was having a hard time, no pulse, started doing CPR right away. Him and another passenger worked on the man for about 5 minutes when the medics showed up from the cruise ships, and they took over the procedures from there, and he headed off because he was due on stage. He had a show to go do downstairs, and he just, oh my God, I have a show to do. And he now that the medics were there, he headed off and did his show. He does admit that he was a bit shaken, and he says it's kind of surreal. If you think about it, that 1 minute you're working on a person trying to save their life, the next thing you're standing on stage juggling and telling jokes, trying to make people laugh. Two completely different situations, like stress-wise and like life-wise, right? Good news is that afterwards, when he got off the stage and everything, he was still a little shaken and everything, but he found out from fellow passengers as well as the onboard team on the Anthem of the Seas that the gentleman's going to be fine. He was okay, and he was getting the attention he needed. So yeah, chalk that up. You know, all in a day's work, I guess. You know, I made some people laugh, I did some juggling, I brought my wife a drink, oh, and I might have saved this gentleman's life. Pretty cool story, and way to go, Pete Matthews. Good job, sir. I know not everyone, a lot of people panic, and I read some stuff in the article of what you said was going on in the hallway, and I understand. I don't want to repeat it here because people might say stuff about the people who were there and the family, and I don't want that to go there. But people react to stressful situations and, you know, emergencies in completely different ways. And if you haven't been trained and you haven't gone through it before, you don't know what it's like until you're in that situation. That's why firemen and policemen and, you know, medical staff and everybody goes through all this training so they can be prepared for what they do. And so, yeah, coming out of your stateroom, getting ready for a juggling act and seeing somebody there and jumping to their aid, absolutely a great job. So yeah, how about that cruise ship? I know these are smaller cruise ships and everything. I'm about to go on a small cruise ship in less than a month, and in some rougher areas of the world as far as the ocean is concerned. And yeah, I hear, you know, you get tossed around and something happens, but I'm not ever remember hearing that the bridge let water on and shorted out the navigation system on a bridge. I don't think I've ever heard that before. And I wondered just how high those waves were, or was it just, you know, such high winds that a gust of wind broke the glass? I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find out more in the future as more and more of this story unravels. The most important thing is right now is to get everybody to shore safe and sound. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.